Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that of the potential energy. We started with that of the potential energy and we came to know that what is the potential energy. So the energy which is possessed by the object due to its position, change in the position, as well as change in its shape, size. Okay. So basically when we talk about the potential energy, student, potential energy is, we can say that it is classified on two, that is the first one is the gravitational potential energy and second one is the elastic potential energy. When we talk about the gravitational potential energy, student, it means that the energy which is possessed by the object due to change in its position. Okay, that is the gravitational potential energy. If we talk about that of the elastic potential energy, student, so elastic potential energy, it explains that if there is any change in the shape and size. How there is a change in the shape and size, student? If suppose we will twist any object or compress it or stretch it, so compression, expansion will cause the change in the shape and size, and due to which we can say that it will possess a potential energy in it, and that potential energy is the elastic potential energy. So basically two type of a potential energy is there. We have discussed a lot of examples regarding if we lift a book to that of the ground to the table, that is an example of a gravitational potential energy, or if we stretch a rubber band, then that is also an example of a gravitational potential energy. We also discussed that there are a lot of examples in which we can see the kinetic energy and the potential energy, they work together. Okay. After that, we studied about that of the mechanical energy, student. Mechanical energy is what? The sum of the potential energy and kinetic energy will give the mechanical energy. Okay? We derive the formula of that of the potential energy, student, and the derivation of the formula, it occurs on the basis of the work done in lifting the object from one place to another. So what we have done, we have done our work against the force of gravity, and this will give force into distance is the formula of that of the work. So we study that the force exerted is equals to the weight of the body, and generally we measure the weight is equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. So weight is what? It is a force only, right? And force we know that mass into acceleration. Since here it is occurred due to that of the against that of the gravity, force of gravity. So we will say the acceleration occur here will be the acceleration due to gravity. So W is equals to mg. So in place of force we will write here mg, student, into s. Now the vertical distance which has taken place from that of the ground to the when we kept it at a high place or on the table. So that will be a vertical distance. So vertical distance we also says that of the height of the object. So we will write here h. So on that basis we said W is equals to mgh. And then since the work done in lifting that of the book from the ground to the table, or lifting that of a bucket of water from the ground to the rooftop, we had done a work that is a mgh. Okay, and this work is what it is the present in the form of an energy in the object, stored in the form of an energy, that is a potential energy. So we can say that work done is what? It is the potential energy which we represent it by mgh. Okay, students. So on that basis, now we will try to solve some of the numericals which is related to that of the potential energy. So the question is that if due to acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square, what will be the potential energy of the body of mass 1 kg kept at a height of a 5 meter? So you can see here, student, what are the things are given in this question. So acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second. What we have to find? We have to find the potential energy of the body if the mass is 1 kg kept at a height of a 5 meter. So the things which is given here, the first one is acceleration due to gravity, which we represent by g, and that is 10 meter per second square. I told you yesterday the value of the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square, and since it is given the 10 meter per second square, so you will simply put the value here of acceleration due to gravity, that is 10 meter per second square. Now you see here another thing which is given is mass. So mass is 1 kg. Okay, and height is given, student, that is 5 meter. Okay, what we have to find? We have to find the potential energy. Right? Now see here. The formula that we know for calculating the potential energy is potential energy is equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. Okay, now see here, mass is what? 1 into acceleration due to gravity is 10. And that of the height is 5. Okay. So 1 is the mass, 1 kg, 10 meter per second square, and 5 meter is the height. Now by this we can find the value of the potential energy. 1 into 10, that is 10, into 5, that is equals to 50 joule. So potential energy of the body, it comes out to be 50 joule. Why we are writing here with the joule, student? It is because the energy, whether it is a potential energy or that of the kinetic energy, it is always represented in that of the joule. So we will say potential energy is represented in joule. So answer will be the 50 joule, student. Now we will see the next question. So now, student, we will see the next numerical related to that of the potential energy. So the question which is given here is a bag of wheat whose weight is 500 kg. To what height should it raise so that the potential energy may be 9800 joule? Here also you can see acceleration due to gravity value is given here. So the first thing that we should see is that what are the things which is given. So a bag of wheat is there whose mass is given, that is 200 kg, and we have to find the height that we should raise that bag of a wheat so that the potential energy will be equals to 9800 joule, and the acceleration due to gravity has been taken as a 9.8 meter per second square. So given is the mass. Mass is 200 kg. Okay. So mass is 200 kg. Now if we talk about the potential energy, that will be equals to 9800 joule. Okay. Then acceleration due to gravity is given, that is 9.8 meter per second square. And what we have to find? We have to find the height. So all the three things are given here and we have to find the height. So we know that the potential energy can be found, students, as a mgh. Okay. So you can see here, student, we have to find height. So we can write it like height is equals to potential energy upon mg. Right? So now we will put the value here. So value it will be height that we have to find is equals to potential energy is 9800 divided by 200 into 9.8. Okay. So this decimal, when we release it, it will become 0 here. 0 will be 10 and it gives the 5 meter. When you calculate it, you find it will give the height of a 5 meter. So 9800 divided by 200 into 9.8. Okay. When you solve it, then you will get the value of that of the height, students. I am writing it again here. 9800 joule upon 9.8 into 200 kg. Okay, so when you solve it total, you will get the height of a 5 meter. So either in all the three things are given, including that of the potential energy. So out of this 4 component, if value of the 3 component is given, student, so it will be very easy for us to find the other value. Okay, so if the mass is given, acceleration due to gravity, that is known to us, and potential energy is given, height we have to find. So we will arrange it such that we will get the height. If potential energy we have to find, then we will use the formula, that is mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. And if suppose the mass we have to find, then we will put the mass here, and potential energy divided by GH will give the value of the mass also, student. Now you see the next question, student. 2 balls are there and 2 balls of masses m each are raised to a height of h and 2h respectively. What will be the ratio of their potential energy? Okay, so 2 balls are given, student, and both of them are having a common mass, and that is m. Okay, but the height, it varies. Okay, height is h and 2h. Okay, so if a ball, first ball is having height h and the second ball is having height 2h, but the mass is common for both of them. Now, what we have to find? We have to find the ratio of their potential energies. So, we will see in the first case, at first we will find the value of the potential energy in the first ball, and then we will find the value of the potential energy in the second ball, and after that we can find the ratio of the potential energy of the first to that of the second one. You see here, student, what is the given in the first one, students? Mass is equals to m. So we can write it, mass is equals to m. Height is given, so height is equals to h. Okay, mass is given and height is given, that is h. Now, what is the other thing? That is acceleration due to gravity. That is, if suppose we will take it as a 10 meter per second square, or you can take as a 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, so mass is given, height is given, acceleration due to gravity. We have to find the potential energy 1. Why I am writing 1 there, students? So that you can understand this is the potential energy of the first ball. Okay, so potential energy will be equals to mgh. So mgh. Now we will put the value here. Mass is given, that is m. 10, that is 10 only. Okay, if we take it as a 10 or as a g only, because g will be common for both of them. Acceleration due to gravity in the first ball and in the second ball, it will remains the same. So instead of writing the value, we can simply write the g here. Okay, because acceleration due to gravity is a common. Although, student, if suppose you have written the value also, it really doesn't matter, because when you find the ratio, at that time the first one is also having the 10 in it and the second one is also having the 10, so it will going to cancel each other. So it will not going to change the answer, but just to simplify, you understand that it is G only. It will make the things very easy for you to understand, and that is why I have written there G. If suppose you want it, you can write the value also. It will not going to change the answer. Now see here, height is given, that is h. Okay, so what will be the potential energy of the first ball? It will be mgh. Okay. Now we will find the potential energy of the second ball. So what are the things which is given in the second ball, students? See, the mass of the second ball is again the same, that is m. The acceleration due to gravity is also the same. Height is 2h here. There it was h, now here it is 2h. So height will be 2h. Potential energy that we have to find it. Okay. So you see here, student, we know that potential energy is equals to mgh, and now we will put the values of all these mass, height and acceleration due to gravity here. So potential energy second ball, that will be equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity is the same only here. So g into height, that is 2h. Okay, so it will be mg2h. Okay, that is the potential energy of the second ball. Now what we have to do? We have to find the ratio of their potential energies, students. So ratio of potential energy 1 upon potential energy 2. You can write it instead of 1 and 2. I have written simply. You can write it the potential energy of a ball 1 upon potential energy of ball 2. Okay, or you can write it the potential energy of a body 1 upon potential energy of a body 2. I have written here that is potential energy 1 and potential energy 2. Instead of that, you can write it potential energy of ball 1 and that of the ball 2. So that will be equals to, the first ball is having the potential energy is mgh and the second ball is having the potential energy is mg2h. Right? So by this, mass and mass will cancel each other. This acceleration due to gravity is the same. There only I was saying, student, that if suppose in place of a g, if you have taken the 10 there, again it will be 10 here, 10 meter per second square. In this also potential energy, second also, there is no change in the acceleration due to gravity. So it will be 10 here also. So these 10 and 10 will cancel each other. So instead of writing that, I have written here g. Okay. Height. So now it will be h upon 2h. So this h will cancel each other. So potential energy 1 upon potential energy 2. The ratio will be 1:2. 1/2 or 1:2. So if the two balls are there which is having the height of h and 2h, the ratio of their potential energy will comes out to be 1:2, students. Now we will see the next question, student, and the next question is that a body of mass 2 kg is there. Okay, and this body is thrown up with a speed of 25 meter per second. What we have to find? We have to find the maximum potential energy of the body. Now you see here, what are the things which is given here, students? That is the mass of the body. Okay, so given is the mass, that is 2 kg. So a body is there which is having the mass 2 kg is thrown up with the speed of 25 meter per second. So it is thrown up with a 25 meter per second square. So we can say, student, that is what it is the initial velocity of the body. Okay, so we will say that it is the initial velocity, that is 25 meter per second. Okay, this is what? This is 2 kg and that is the 25 meter per second is the initial velocity of the body by which it is thrown in the upward direction. Now student, if suppose an object is there, a body is there and you throw it in the upward direction. As you throw it, the initial velocity that will be equals to this one. After some time what will happen? It will reaches to its maximum height and then after that it will start coming down. Okay, so as it reaches to the maximum height, because we have to find the maximum potential energy, so as it reaches to that of the maximum height, the velocity, because it will comes to rest, it will stop here for a second, then it starts coming down. So as it lifted up, as it moves upward, finally it gets a stop at the maximum height. So you will say that at this position, the final velocity, it will be 0 here. Okay, because the object will comes to rest, it stops. Okay, as it stops, the velocity will comes to 0. So initial velocity is 25 meter per second and that of the final velocity is 0 meter per second. Okay, students, initial velocity is 25 because it was moving to upward direction in a 25 meter per second. But as it reaches to a height, what happened? There it gets stops, it comes to the rest and finally it starts coming down. So that height, that position where it gets stopped, that is the final velocity. So we can say that final velocity will be 0 meter per second. because we have to find the potential energy up to its maximum position, and the maximum position when it reaches to the maximum height. Okay, that will be the maximum potential energy. Until that we have to find the velocities also. Okay, so initial velocity is 25 meter per second and final velocity will be 0 meter per second. Now this one is given, u is given, v is given, mass is given, acceleration due to gravity is not given, so we will simply take it as a 9.8 meter per second square, and height we have to find, height is not given, and one more thing that we have to find is the potential energy. So these all things are given, students, including that of the mass, that of the u, and the final velocity. So we will write here mass is equal to 2 kg. Okay, now you see here, student, what formula we will use to find the value of a height. So we know that the equation of motion, so in place of a s we will use here height, because here work done is against the force of gravity. So we know that our formula, that is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. So if you consider it that against the force of a gravity, at that time v and u will be the same, but a will be what? Acceleration due to gravity. So we will take a will be as an acceleration due to gravity, that is g. There it was acceleration, but when we talk about the work done against the force of a gravity, at that time acceleration will be equals to acceleration due to gravity. Distance is what, student? The maximum height. Okay, the vertical distance it is covered. So vertical distance means what? It's the same, that is the height only. So 2gh. Okay. So why we are taking this equation of motion, student? Because time is not mentioned here, and you know that in the first equation of motion and in the second equation of motion, both of them need the time for it. In here, we are knowing the value of g, we are knowing the value of initial velocity, we are knowing the value of that of the final velocity. So it will be very easy to find the value of height. So we can write it that height will be equals to v square minus u square upon 2g. Okay, so we'll put the values here, students. So value will be h is equals to v square is 0, so it will be 0 square minus u square, so u square is equals to 25 the whole square upon 2 into, what is the g here, that is 9.8. Okay, so 0 square minus 25 square upon 2 into 9.8 is the value here. By this we are able to find the height, students. That is, one more thing is there, student. This acceleration due to gravity, that is g, it should be negative. Why is this so, student? Because it is moving against the force of a gravity, that is in the opposite direction. Okay, so here it is what the speed is. Just because of the force of gravity, the acceleration is continuously decreasing. So this is what? This is the deceleration is going on. As it moves in the upward direction, deceleration will occur. So we will say that here the value of the g is the minus 9.8. Let me write it again. It will be g is equals to minus 9.8 meter per second square. So we can put the same value here also, student. This will be 2gh, or we can write it here 2 minus g, okay, or minus 2g. Both are the same. Okay, so instead of writing the 2 minus g, we can simply write it like minus 2g. Okay, so it will be minus, so which shows that minus, so which shows that it is the negative acceleration or deceleration is going on. So by this, student, you will find the value of the height. So value of the height, it came to be h will be equals to 625 upon 19.6. So you see here, this is a minus because minus 25 the whole square, so minus and minus, it will cancel each other. So height will be, comes to be 625 upon 19.6. Okay, so this we have taken as a height. Now the same value we will put for finding that of the potential energy also. If you want, you can solve it, and after that by the value of the height you can find the potential energy. So if suppose this is the height, students, then what we have to find? We have to find the maximum potential energy. And what are the things are given to find the potential energy? Mass is given. We know that the potential energy is equals to mgh. Mass is already given, that is 2 kg. Acceleration due to gravity, that we know it is a 9.8. Here again it will be minus 9.8 into height is given, that is 625 divided by 19.6. Okay, so we will write it here. Potential energy that we have to find. Mass is 2 into acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 into 625 upon 19.6. Okay, so when you cancel each other, what you will get, because 9.8 into 2, it will be 19.6 only. So 19.6 into 19.6 will cancel each other, and the value we get is 625. I'll solve it for you again. 2 into 9.8, that will be 19.6 into 625 upon 19.6. This is the height, that will be equals to the potential energy, students. Okay, so you can see here 19.6. Let me write it again. You see here, student. Potential energy, it will be equals to that of the 19.6. How this 19.6 came out? 2 into 9.8 will give the value of the 19.6. So 19.6 into 625 upon 19.6. This 2 will cancel each other, and what we get is the 625 joule. So potential energy, it comes out to be 625 joule. Okay, so here we have find, first of all we find that what is missing in that of the finding the potential energy is the height. How can we find the height? The initial and the final velocity is mentioned. Acceleration due to gravity, we knew it. By this we are able to find the value of a height by using the third equation of motion. And finally, by putting the value of the height as well as the mass and acceleration due to gravity, we will get the value of the potential energy, that is equal to 625 joule, students. Okay. See the next question, student, and the next question is that an object of a mass of 40 kg, it is raised to a height of a 5 meter above the ground. What is the potential energy, and if the object is allowed to fall, find its kinetic energy when it is halfway down. Okay, student. So you see here, what is the thing that is given here, student? The given is the mass. So mass will be equals to that of the 40 kg. Fine. Raised to a height of a 5 meter, so h is given here, that is 5 meter above the ground. G, that is known to us, which is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, what we have to find? We have to find, first of all, we have to find the potential energy. So by this, by all the things is given here, so it will be very easy to find the potential energy. So we will simply put the values, because we know that potential energy is equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. Right? So what is the mass here? That is 40. Height is given, that is 5. Acceleration due to gravity is given here, 9.8. So by this, when we multiply all this, we get that value of the potential energy is equals to 1960 joule. Okay, students, when you solve it, when you multiply all the three, you will get the value, that is 1960 joule. So the first one, that is what is the potential energy? Potential energy will be 1960 joule. Second part of the question is that if the object is allowed to fall, find its kinetic energy when it is halfway down. So we have to, if the object is allowed to fall also, at that time we have to find the kinetic energy when the object is halfway down. Now let me explain to you students. Remember, the potential energy is 19.6 at the maximum height. Okay, so if the object was at ground, at that time the energy is 0, it is at rest. So we have done some work and we will lift it to a certain height and we keep it on a rooftop of a building. Okay, at that time this is what? This is the maximum potential energy of the body, and that maximum potential is 1960 joule. Because it is at its maximum height. So you know that maximum potential energy at this particular height is 1960. So we can say, you see student, mass of an object is raised to a height of a 5 meter above the ground. So before that it was at rest, energy was 0 there. As you lifted it up to a 5 meter above the height, then the potential energy at this height, which is the maximum height of the object, this height is the maximum potential energy, it is 1960. Now we are allowing it to fall down from that particular height. So as it starts coming down, student, what will happen? It starts releasing the potential energy. You know that when the object it comes to its original position, then it starts releasing the potential energy in the form of other energy, and here we can say the potential energy starts decreasing while that of the kinetic energy. So you see student, it was till now it was at rest, but a work is done on it, that's why it was having an energy, that is potential energy. As it falls down, it comes in motion, and you know that the motion, if object is moving, it is having the kinetic energy in it. So we will say the potential energy starts decreasing, but the kinetic energy it starts increasing. Okay, so potential energy starts decreases, but kinetic energy starts decreases. Now what happened if this is the ground? Okay, and the object reaches to a half of the ground, it reaches to the halfway down. So here the potential energy is 1960, here the potential energy will be half. Okay, because here it is the maximum, when it reaches to the halfway down, here the potential energy will become half. So here the potential energy at a halfway down, it will become 1960 divided by 2, that will give us 980 joule. Right? So the potential energy at a halfway down, it will be 980 joule. Okay, so it gets reduced. You can see here students, it gets reduced as it starts coming down. Before that it was 1960, but as it reaches to halfway down, it comes to as a 980 joule. What will be the kinetic energy? So kinetic energy here it was 0. Remember that maximum potential energy, minimum kinetic energy. Maximum kinetic energy, minimum potential energy. So here the kinetic energy was 0. As it comes down, its kinetic energy gets increases, reaches to the halfway, kinetic energy will be also equals to the potential energy. So lose in the potential energy will give the gain in the kinetic energy. I told you that when the potential energy comes to its original position, it starts losing. The potential energy starts losing and losing in the form of another energy, and that energy is the kinetic energy. So as it started losing the potential energy, it will gain the kinetic energy, and loss in the potential energy will be equals to the gain in the kinetic energy. So we can write it, loss in potential energy will be equals to gain in kinetic energy. So the value of the kinetic energy at halfway down will also be equals to 980 joule, students. Okay.